Hey, what's up, everyone? Geez, who can believe it? It's week four, and it's Thursday of week four. So we're chugging on through. I hope you all are doing well. I hope this video finds you well. It's been kind of a crazy couple days for myself, and I'm just gonna leave it at that because you know what? It's pretty late. It's about 1:30. We had a really long meeting as a staff, so I kind of just wanted to get right to the workout. So let me start off, as I always do. I want to shout out the level four boys. Benny, I really hope you're doing well. Big O, it's been so great to see you, and I want to see you land that one-handed cartwheel. Walter, how's things at home, man? Mateo, how's the lizard? I want to see him again, and I hope to see him in the Zoom chat later today. And let's see, Dexter, I hope you're feeling better, man. I hope you got over that cold, and I look forward to seeing you today. I also want to send a shout out to Isaac. I've been hearing you've been tuning in on a lot of the videos, man, and I really appreciate that. I miss you, and I miss our group. Miss all those guys. Joseph, thank you for tuning in on the live stream, man. That was awesome. Sorry I can see your comments. I'm going to work hard and see if I can figure out how to make sure I can see your comments next time. Nathaniel, I haven't heard much from you, but I hope you've been hopping in on the YouTube videos and staying strong with me. And to the rest of the optional group, I hope all you guys are doing well. Brennan and Austin, your emails mean the world, man. I'm just glad that we're all really coming together through this, and you guys are a really important part of my life, both my professional and my professional life. But it's also really nice knowing you guys as individuals. I didn't think I'd be getting choked up, but I'm getting choked up. But seriously, thank you everyone that has reached out to me during this time. It means the world. Um, that Being that it is week four, I will try and vary up the workout a little bit next week. I'm not big on changing good strength that I know is working, but I will do my best to provide some alternatives and just a little bit of mix up to keep things interesting for everyone. Okay, so stay tuned for that, even if they're just small changes. Because it's a little late, I'm going to do my abbreviated warm up. I'm going to do my 20 push ups, 20 shoulder shrugs, and a little bit of rotisserie. I'll just kind of hit every position in or every plank position, forward, side, and back. And then we'll just get right into it. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into our warm up. Let's see here. Okay, 20 push ups. Let's bring the elbows a little bit for these next 10. And let's see if we can just rotate right to the side for a side plank. Oh, wait. Well, let's do our planks, and then I'll do the shoulder shrugs at the end. I don't have a watch, so I'm just going to kind of guesstimate 20 seconds. If you have a watch at home, definitely try and hit these for a minimum 20 seconds. 30 seconds is good as well. But again, we're really just trying to warm up the body. Y'all looking at me like, that wasn't 20 seconds. Let's go 5 more. And let's switch it over to the other side. And the back. I don't know about you guys, but this one's always my hardest. If you want an extra challenge, feel free to drop it down to the elbows. That'll really force you to get your hips up high. Two, one. I think that's 20. Forgive me if my Counting is off today. It's been a little bit of a crazy day. Let's get our 20 shoulder shrugs in. And there you have it, guys. Let's do a little bit of stretching. Now, if you guys have been tuning into the previous videos, you might have mentioned or remembered that during a lot of these pull-ups, I tend to get a strain in my biceps, and specifically kind of right here where that tendon meets the bicep. So I just want to make sure I stretch that out. And I kind of do that periodically through the workout to make sure I'm taking care of my body. So again, take this time. Do what feels good for you, feels good for your body. If you guys want to get in a little bit more warm-up, go for it. It's awesome. I'm just on a little bit of a time crunch today. Now, in between sets, I will be doing my adduction PT work. So again, hit me up in those comments. Let me know what you guys have been doing during those between sets to, kind of give you an active rest. Could be something really simple. You could do a little wrist rehab, just rolling out the wrist, maybe get a little ankle weight. I know it's a lot of wrist strength doing pull-ups too, so feel free to work an area of the body that we're not currently touching on. For instance, we're doing a lot of pull, so of course our back, shoulders, biceps are the predominant muscles that we're going to be recruiting. So feel free to think about, what are some things I could do for my legs. Maybe I could stretch out my ankles. For those older optional gymnasts, any of those end range of motion strengthening exercises that you've been doing is a great thing to work on while we go in between sets. Okay, so for those that might be joining us for the first time, remember our goal is to do 100 pull-ups, ideally without assistance. So again, this will vary greatly depending on where you're at. But I would strongly recommend you to do as many as you can without a band. Our kind of general rule of thumb is you should be able to complete, let's say, the first 3 sets of 10. Under, like, that 10th one should be pretty hard, but you should be able to complete it, at least for those first 3 sets. So figure out whatever you need, whether it's a band, a brother with some assistance, or a sister, or a family member just kind of holding your feet and giving you that little bit of help. But that 10th one should be difficult, okay? Now, as you get deeper into the sets, because remember, we're doing 100, so that's 10 sets of 10. By the time you get to that 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th set, it should be incredibly difficult. Usually I'm kind of failing around there. So if you're not, that either means that you need to add more resistance, so that might mean taking away the band, adding weight to your body, in a simple form of just putting on a backpack, fill it up with a couple books. Or you can make them explosive, adding hopping pull-ups. If you have a better bar than I do, you could do them in L. That's a great way to get those abs involved. But again, our goal here should be to complete those 10 sets with as little or no assistance. So if you need a little extra rest time between the sets, that's totally okay. Again, 1.5 minutes, I would say, is kind of the bare minimum rest that I would recommend. But you can definitely increase that rest time. Please hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Have you been able to complete 100 pull-ups without any assistance? That's awesome. I want to hear about it. That's super motivational for me. Especially you, Isaac. So far, the only boys that I've seen in the gym pull it off were, I believe, Alex and Walter. So great job, you guys. And they were really honest. They didn't cheat anything, and they just took their time. Because, at the end of the day, that's all it is. It just takes time. So speaking of time, first set. Here we go. These will be done in overgrip. I'm going to be pulling the bar as high as I can because, again, usually I do these clapping, but, of course, this bar isn't quite strong enough to handle that force. So let's get to it. Man, that first one felt really good. I was like, man, I should just turn it into a muscle up. Shout out to those folks at home who got their muscle up. A lot of this whole workout was basically spurred on by the idea or the desire for me to get my muscle up. I haven't been able to figure it out. It's so funny. I had like a muscle up for a summer and it was good. And then I decided I want to get big and I started eating a lot. And I think just me putting on weight was like, yeah, no, muscle up's going to be really hard now. So let me know. You got any good tips for getting your muscle up? I need a band so that I can do negatives, and really, I kind of need a better situation than this because it's really hard to get over the bar because that ceiling's like right there. Okay, I'm gonna get a little sip of water. After the next set, I'm gonna start on my PT work, and I hope you guys will join me. Also, thank you for those that have been tuning in. I heard I had some errors on the upload, so between our third and fourth set, it's usually where I take a little pause in the recording. That's where I'll fix that and re-upload part 3 of the Wednesday Workout Club. So be on the lookout for that. Now, I was just about to get there, like, man, I'm fired up. One of my big mistakes that I've made on this several times is attacking those first 3 sets too quickly. I mean, that can be a good thing if you're looking to fail sooner, but if you're looking to build a little bit more of that muscle growth over an extended duration of time, it's better to take a little bit more rest in those first few sets, because I know it's like, oh man, my muscles are so ready. I could go nail 10 easy, and that's great. But if I kept that rest time pretty short to around 30 seconds, I could tell you by even that third set, it starts to get really hard. That fourth set ends up feeling like the 9th set. So just be aware, it's totally okay to take a little extra break before getting into it. Because again, our goal here is 10 sets of 10, not 4 sets of 10 and then a handful of sets of like 4s and 3s and all that. So it's just about what you're after. If you're looking for more of that cardiovascular burn, then feel free to get up there, challenge that heart, challenge the muscles, see how quickly they can reoxygenate. But if you're really looking to just pack on that size, feel free to rest a little bit longer. I think I'm out of time. Let's get to it. I'm going to go under grip. I'm going to be doing these in L. Coach, straighten those knees. I know you can do better. And I was getting a little loose with the knees on that one. Feel free to hit me up in the comments. Expose me. Okay, let's start with the PT work. So those who've seen me do this before, I'm going to start with the contraction laying on my back, trying to bring my leg, see if I can face you guys. So if I'm using my right leg, I'm going to bring that right leg across the center line of my body. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use a banister or the door frame to push against, hold that for a moment, then relax. I'm going to do that 10 times. So I have my hips slightly off what the center line to the door would be. So a little bit further that way. So I know that my right ankle is crossing the midline of my body. Foot flex, lower back press into the floor, abs core squeeze. 2, 4, 5, 6. And let's switch sides. A little tough over here. I'm not even sure what this is. Like a little rolling desk thing? I don't know. 8, 9, and 10. Cool. We're going to do that 2 more times. Now, gymnasts, you at home, or even individuals, I know adductors are a really kind of funky muscle to hit, so I strongly recommend doing these exercises, especially since we as gymnasts, we got to work our legs, our leg form a ton, and there's not a lot of exercises out there in the real world that requires you to truly be squeezing your legs together. So strengthening those adductors during this time is really important. So when you do get back in the gym, you're not like, oh, my leg form, it's so hard to keep my legs together. Let's make that part easy so we can try and focus on the skills themselves, okay? All right. You guys know what's next. My favorite, the most challenging. I'm going to go wide on these, okay? Third set of 10. All right, I'm going to go right into my adduction work on this one. 'Kay, switching sides. Ooh. 8, 9, and 10. Sweet. I'm going to do my best to be fast, team. I'm going to try and fix that part 3 workout club. I'm going to hit stop on this one. I'll catch you in the next video.